Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Tuesday, September 12th, and you can see over the next 72 hours a little bit of precipitation is expected across southern lower Michigan from the remnants of IRMA, and we'll show you that in a minute. But again, not a lot of precipitation, and again, mainly across the southern portions of the area. Northern Michigan could actually stay quite sunny here over the next couple of days while that system moves into the Ohio Valley. So if we look at the headlines here over the next several days, very summer-like weather patterns shaping up for the weekend, with lots of sunshine and temperatures around 80 or even in the low 80s. And if we look at the extended outlook, above normal temperatures and above normal precipitation as we look to potentially turn quite wet late next week into the following week. And we'll see how that pans out. And if we look at the conditions around the area this morning, temperatures mainly in the upper 40s to around 50, cooler spots down in the low 40s at Clarksville and Newaygo. And if we look at the next slide, one we showed yesterday, the new update will come out Thursday, and we'll have that for you on Friday. And again, showing much of south central lower Michigan in abnormally dry conditions according to the drought index. And we don't expect any improvement on that, other than perhaps a few areas that could see a little bit of this rainfall, but that'll just mainly stabilize things. But again, we may see this area expand, especially across central lower Michigan, where also it's been quite dry as well. If we look at the last 21 years of data, you can see how we're doing in Brucknerage as far as the growing degree days. And we went from around the top 25% as far as growing degree days, now settling back towards the middle of the pack, although we'll turn that corner and go back to the north. Overall, again, this has been a pretty good year for growing degree days. We could have used a few more timely rainfalls, but again, other than that, not too horribly bad. Take away some of that excessive rain in June and we'd have been in great shape. Speaking of excessive rain and tidal surges, you can see much of Florida, certainly a lot of problems down there, and they're going to be days, weeks, maybe months, especially in the Keys, before they get things all straightened out a little bit. You can see the death toll up to 49, most of those in the Caribbean, but 11 so far in the U.S. And as of earlier this morning, 7.7 million customers without power over a 5-state region in the southeast. Another picture of some destruction from IRMA. And again, back-to-back historical storms for the U.S. You can see on a satellite view this morning as this continues to rotate and move off to the northwest. It'll stall out for about a day or so and then begin to quickly move through the Ohio Valley and up into the northeast. And it's when it moves across the Ohio Valley that we have a chance for some showers across the southern part of the state. And if we look at radar, you can see, though, most of the precipitation, despite the clouds moving up into the area, and we'll see some of those clouds, again, directly as a result from Hurricane Irma. But these satellite or the radar returns should continue to move off to the northwest and then begin to move up quickly to the northeast here once we get into tomorrow. And that system should zip out of the way here over the next couple of 3 days. If we look at the weather map this morning, you can see our tropical storm. It'll move off to the northwest, it'll stall out, and then it'll begin to quickly move off to the northeast, spreading some of this rain up into the Great Lakes. You can see on the map for tomorrow, just some low chances of showers. I don't think we'll see any thunderstorms here. If we do, it'd be across extreme southern lower Michigan, and the chances are quite low. Looks like mainly just a showery pattern if we see any at all. Many areas may not see rain. And finally, as we get into the day on Thursday, you can see that low now quite a bit weaker moving through the Ohio Valley. High pressure system will then move back into the area and give us lots of sunshine for the weekend with really very warm temperatures, about 10 to 15 degrees above normal. Over the next 3 days, you can see some of that rainfall making it into the southern part of the state. And if we look over the next 7 days, again, not a whole lot of precipitation coming in, but certainly over the southern southeast part of the states, we could see another system that'll bring a little bit of rain as we get towards midweek. But if we look at the 10-day forecast, you can see the GFS is suggesting some very wet, stormy conditions moving in by late next week and more likely into the following weekend. But again, we'll keep an eye on this and see how the models trend. But again, it looks like warmer and wetter conditions are going to return to the Great Lakes. As far as weather watch this morning, not a whole lot going on. Down in the southern part of the area that we're covering for weather watches, you can see some lake wind advisories, again, for some of those gustier winds, again, in relationship to Irma. And then across portions of Wisconsin into Minnesota, dense fog advisories are in effect early this morning. And again, those should dissipate and they should break into lots of sunshine as well. As far as the forecast goes, you can see very warm conditions with lots of 70s. And then as we get into Friday through the weekend, looks like temperatures in the upper 70s to at least the low 80s with lots of sunshine. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.